Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today at Don's Rodeo Studio. I caught up with Jackson Boone here at National Fairground Speedway. Man, it's so good to see you
Appreciate you
today.
having me, man. Thank you.
Man, I'll tell you what, you sure been on the rise. You've been upsetting sponsors and fans alike, have you not?
Well, I don't know. I guess you can put it that way. Hopefully, I guess they're the competitors. We hope we're upset.
I should say collecting them, should I not?
Yeah.
Man,
so, man.
I'll tell you what, you've been collecting fans worldwide.
Good.
Man, you are on the rise. So tell me, how do you feel about your career today?
Man, really good. I mean, I've been really blessed. I mean, glory goes to God. It's been a long process since I started racing stock cars, at kind of a young age. Actually, really not a young age, about 15. But, moving up the last two or 3 years have been really, really pivotal in my career. And, it's all thanks to these FHR guys. They've turned me into a completely different race car driver. And, I can't thank them enough. And I can't thank all the guys enough that are behind me, that have been supporting me.
Yeah, I don't know if you know it or not, but I've been watching you a long time. I've been around the tracks for a while. And I've seen you evolve from a young snotty kid to the great guy that you are today.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
It's been an amazing change in your personality in the last 2 years.
I appreciate that.
And I see that I think the Kulwicki driver program has helped with that, have they not?
Oh, absolutely. I always advocate for them. Very, very good group of people. Obviously, it's people that Alan knew and that Alan worked with, but very selfless people, and they teach you a lot of things that go beyond racing. So, there's a lot of, community work and community service that you got to do, and, just being a better person, not just being a good race car driver, but things that go beyond being on the track.
Right. I totally agree. Man, it's amazing that you have been picked 2 years in a row for the Kulwicki driver program.
Absolutely.
Man, that says a lot about your talent.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that I even made it 1 year, but make it 2 in a row is absolutely awesome. I mean, I cannot thank the board of members enough and everyone behind me that's helped me get to this point.
For the fans, let's tell the fans, what is the Kulwicki Development Driver Program and what do they do?
So in a nutshell, it's basically a driver development program that takes a group of kids, all around the country. All these kids send in applications to race short track racing, late models or late model stocks, stuff like that. And everyone sends in an application. They pick 16 semifinalists. Out of those 16, out of the whole country, they do a process of interviews and kind of vet everyone out. Then they pick the final 7. Out of that final 7, you have a point series that you race upon all year. So your finishing order on the track determines those points, and then along with your community service work, a lot of your social media outreach, stuff like that. All that impacts the point system. And at the end of the year, the guy with the highest amount of points gets the Kulwicki Cup. And there's a huge banquet in Charlotte, but it's a driver development program to basically teach you how to be an ambassador to the sport and also how to carry on Alan's legacy. Because Alan Kulwicki was genuinely a good human being. So it's teaching people to be a good human being beyond racing, and how to make yourself a better person.
Man, that's amazing. They obviously do a great job because I've definitely seen one heck of a change in you.
I appreciate that.
And man, I'm telling you what, the man that you're becoming is absolutely amazing, and it's great to watch. So tell me, where are you in the standings, or where were you in the standings in 2022?
So 2022, we got off to a bad start, but we recovered really well. Ended up 3rd. I think we probably could have gotten 2nd had we had 1 or 2 more races, but it was a really, really tight, point system with all those guys. It was tough. It'll be tough again this year. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
So tell me, what are you looking for in the future? Where are you going to race after today?
So this season we should be kind of bouncing back and forth between the supercar and the pro car. We'll run some Southern Super Series races, probably dabble around in some tracks we haven't been to. Hopefully like Hickory and Southern National, stuff like that. We may run a couple cars through races. Beyond that, beyond 2023, I'm hoping to maybe, look and move up a little bit. We're not sure yet, kind of still in, negotiations and discussions with other people, but, the goal is to still try to, make our way into NASCAR. So we'll see. It's just all
That's always the goal, to get into NASCAR for every race car driver that ever stepped in a race car, I think.
Absolutely.
But not all of them can achieve it. It's one heck of an accomplishment at your age. You said you're only 15. To get where you are and to be in the Island Kulwicki Development Program, not 1 year, but 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And also get the chance to race at the historic Nashville Fairgrounds. Do you have plans to go to Huntsville and run the Pro Late Model Indy?
We actually thought about building a car to take down to Huntsville, go to Huntsville, or take kind of to those actual shorter tracks, kind of the bull ring tracks. But we actually have a family. We have a car that I started out racing at Highland Rim, and it's actually sitting out in the field. But we're about to probably get it back and restore it. And we may. I would like to say that we'd put a car together to go down there and run.
I'd like to see you run in Huntsville and Irwindale Speedway.
I'd love to go to Irwindale.
Man, Irwindale is the place, is what I hear.
Heck yeah.
But Huntsville is too now, because that used to be a NASCAR track.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that used to be on the circuit as a NASCAR track.
I have a lot of friends that run down there.
Yeah. Boston Oliver, I think, has run down there, and he's run in several places in Huntsville.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's amazing to watch a lot of this young talent coming up today. The way when I grew up, you didn't have all these programs to train the drivers and start training them at a young age like they do today, like the Bandoleros. And then they move up to the Legends, and they get all this training in between. And it's not only social training; it's driver training.
Absolutely.
It's media training, like I'm doing.
Absolutely.
It's talking to the media, being around the media. It's talking about the sponsors. By the way, who you have sponsoring you today?
So first and foremost, Registry Records, Jada Marcus, Danny Crockett. I got to thank those guys. They're awesome to us. Everyone at Registry is awesome to us. Roy Meat Service. We got D&D events. Where Energies will be back in the car here soon. We got a couple other guys we're working with to hopefully get back involved. But Box 55 Association, they're actually on the hood. They're not a sponsor. They're a charity that we try to donate to. And if you are interested in donating to that charity, we have links on my racing page to go check them out. But they benefit first responders and do a lot of work with first responders here in Tennessee. So
what is that racing page for the fans so they can go to it?
Jackson Boone Racing on Facebook, and then I've got stuff on Instagram, which is Jackson Boone 7 or Jackson Boone 7 on Twitter.
All right. Jackson, thanks for coming on down to the Rodeo Studio. We appreciate you. Good luck this evening. We hope to see you in Victory Lane and get that Victory Lane interview.
Heck yeah, man. That's the goal.